Hello, this is the Wise Owl tool coming at you from See Where I Live. When you brush and clean your radiator, next comes to painting. If you desire to paint it, I wouldn't paint it unless I have no choice. If it's beautiful the way it is, but if you need to enhance the beauty of the radiator after you wash it and brush it and everything and clean it, then if you're going, you have to put a light paint. Don't put a heavy paint, because then they'll affect the heating of the room. Okay, make the paint as light as possible if you have no choice but to paint it. And also be careful not to paint here in these valves. See here? Right here. Don't paint that. That's where the key goes when you bleed a valve. When you bleed your radiator. All your radiators in the house gotta be bled. Make sure you don't paint this area, because you might have to turn with a key or a screwdriver or whatever the valve. All right. This area here you can paint a little bit. You can get away with it real lightly, okay? And the valve down here, be careful you don't paint that. I paint that when I first moved into the house. And everybody told me, oh, what you do that for? You shouldn't have done that. Now, how you going to turn this? So I put a light paint. Was my mistake. So now it's stuck. You have to loosen the paint. And you see here? You see how this area here is still kind of dirty here and everything? I have to get a light brush and take it out, because I don't want to I'm not going to paint this anymore, because if this leaks, or if this valve breaks, it's got to be replaced, it'll be harder because of the paint. Although the paint also prevents the leakage more, still it will leak. You see here, I cleaned this area, but I didn't brush it too well. I got to brush it again, but with a more coarser brush to get this area out. And if I do paint this area here, I want to do it lightly. Anything here has to be done lightly. See here? You see how the paint is very light here? Very light here? Because this area has to be lightly painted. This is my mistake when I first did this many years ago. When I was learning how to do this. But after I learned how to do it, that's when everybody started screaming at me. No, you shouldn't have done that. You see people scream at you after you do something? And that's what happened. I just finished cleaning this radiator and the other radiator. Two radiators. Now I got to get a coarser brush to brush that area down below where I just showed you. Okay, you have to be careful how you paint your radiator. Be sure, most effectively, not to paint the valve, nor any place where you have to fix the pipe. The joints, the pipe joints and everything. And most assuredly and most certainly, do not paint this. Okay. This area right here, because this is the area where the key goes into and turns, okay? You have to bleed the radiator. Don't paint that, okay? This got to be, now I'm going to get a brush to brush that area down below. I just showed in the video, then I'm going to paint it. This a little light, very light, very light, very light. Now if I can get a torch or any other kind of scraping device and tool and scrape the first paint off. And scrape it off and smooth it out with some kind of a scrubber, like wallpaper. I mean, not wallpaper, sandpaper or whatever, and then do it again if I want to. You can do that. You can take out the old paint if you have time, probably with a torch or something. But not when it's on. In the winter, do it before you turn it on. Not when it's on, like in the summertime or late spring, whatever. And you can take the old paint off and put new paint. You know that more. I don't got to tell you that. You know that. It's common sense, right? You also change the color if you want to. However, if you already have paint on there and you just want to put light paint, make it light as possible on your radiators, okay? But do not paint this area here at all. Or the valve I just showed you, okay? You'll be in a lot of trouble. All right. This is Wise Owl Tool coming at you from the See Where I Live over and out.